Hey everybody, what's up? It's Dunbar Snack Bar here. Going to be doing Fight Night Champion now since that did come out. I know some of you were under the impression that I might not get it. That's kind of how I was until I was at Walmart and went with the impulse buy right after it had came out. So I don't know, maybe it's going to grow on me just like Fight Night Round 4 did. But to be honest, right now as I'm doing the create a character for Legacy mode, it feels very much like Fight Night Round 4. It almost looks like that they copy and pasted it. So if it ends up turning that way overall, hey, that's what the Walmart return policy is for, right? Take advantage of that. But anyway, like I said, just this create part is very similar. So a lot of you who played Fight Night Round 4, you're really not going to find anything too new with this. The one thing that was a little bit different was being able to put tattoos on my character. As you can see, I'm sticking with Bobby O'Brien just because I really didn't get to explore him that much in Fight Night Round 4 and be able to play as him too much. One, because I was kind of using Fight Night Round 4 as a means to prepare myself for Fight Night Champion in some of these games, which I think more people are going to watch. Get my commentary down, get a feel for what I'm going to do, and things like that. So if you didn't watch them too much, hey, that's totally fine. They were kind of more practice than anything else. But pretty excited for this here too. I'm going to be also posting story mode. So if you see two different things going on and two different boxers that I'm doing with Fight Night Round 4, or I'm sorry, with Fight Night Champion. I got to get used to saying that now. With Fight Night Champion, I might be playing as two different boxers. One story mode, the other is legacy mode. Story mode, also called champion mode. So if I throw that back and forth, you kind of know what I'm talking about here. So you guys are sitting here just as I'm going through trying to decide what I'm going to do for the robe. So thanks for bearing with me through all of this. Next commentary, though, is going to be pretty sweet. It's going to be the MLB 2K11 demo, so hang in there. If you guys watch more baseball than anything else, just be prepared for that one. Coming up here probably tonight, or at least pretty soon anyway. Sticking with the green just because Bobby O'Brien is Irish. After watching The Boxer, that's why I decided to go with an Irish-themed boxer. It's a good movie. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I think it's kind of in between theater or DVD, so you might have to wait a little bit. But here's something that's kind of new with Fight Night Champion. You get experience points by doing certain things, which you can go ahead and spend. I'm spending on the left hook just because I like to throw a lot of hooks, especially as counters. But this is going to be cool going with this new system now. As always, we're starting off with the amateur tournament. A lot of things are going to be different from what they were saying from Fight Night Champion with the amateur tournament, but let's be honest, who really enjoys the amateur part of the game? I decided to skip the loading screen for you guys just because who likes watching loading screens? There's Bobby O'Brien there in the blue going up against, this guy's last name is Sprinks, I guess, or Spinks. So definitely a little bit different because you can see at the bottom of the screen where, one, you have how much time is left in the round. You also see a count for how many times I get a clean punch, and Spinks gets a clean punch on me too. That's kind of how the amateur round is, the amateur tournament is scored, just by the amount of hits you get on the guy. So with stamina being what it is, you know, I'm going to just throw as many punches as I can since it doesn't really matter so much about damage since you have those helmets and stuff like that. Does seem a little bit better than what I played in the demo. I know some of the things like the motion blur isn't as apparent as it was. I do like the different camera view, I guess, than what we had in Fight Night Round 4. It is kind of similar, but I do like the ability to move around a little bit and be able to follow my boxer as I go. Depth perception gets a little challenging, though, as you're moving around. So that's one thing I'm definitely going to have to get adjusted to, is just try and see, or I guess get down where I am compared to the guy I'm going up against in the reach. You can see Bobby O'Brien's just a little bit taller. I decided to make him 6'2", 160. I think he's got a 74-inch reach or something like that, so nothing too crazy, but definitely potential to be a good boxer. I'm going to try and keep guys on the outside, but for this year, for the amateur tournament, I'm just going to start swinging away. I'm not going to worry so much about punching and blocking. One thing about Fight Night Champion I've been very impressed with so far is the graphics, which you just saw, in the corner. One, you don't really get to choose the corner, so that was kind of a sad thing, like whether you decide to heal stamina or damage. But they kind of took that away from you. But the graphics do look pretty cool, and they do give you some helpful information while you're there in the corner. So I think an improvement there from Fight Night Round 4. So far, though, things have been, I don't know, I've kind of liked it so far. So maybe this was a good choice to go out and get the game. I know a lot of people I was talking to were kind of sitting on the fence like me. So I don't know, maybe after watching this, maybe you guys are going to want to get it. Maybe not. Just exchanging punches. Nothing really out of the ordinary here. I'm not going to go for any kind of knockdown or anything like that because, I mean, look at how far I'm ahead. I mean, I could basically just sit back and enjoy the rest of the match and still win here. So I'm definitely not going inside too much anymore. I'm going to wait for him to come to me and just play it easy. Maybe block a little bit. But Bobby O'Brien's been pretty good so far. I like how they don't make you absolutely terrible at the beginning, but at the same time, just playing some of the other fights that I did before this, definitely not the best out there either. That's kind of goes without saying, though. I mean, obviously you're not going to start the game at your best, but story mode I did before this, and that guy's really good. Andre Bishop, so you'll be seeing some stuff from Andre here probably pretty soon too. All right, so here we go for the last round. I'm up by 51. And in case you didn't notice, I just figured out the headbutt. I'm not going to worry about it in this one just because, yeah, it doesn't matter too much. I don't want to get penalized either since I'm up so much. I guess I could sacrifice a few hits or however they penalize it, but whatever. One of the things I also like, too, for the amateur tournament, you are not in, like, the Windy City Boxing Gym or some other place where it's just a couple local people in there. You actually do have a little bit of a crowd that's watching you, some camera flashes, things like that. So that's kind of nice. This amateur tournament's a lot more entertaining than what I've seen in some of the other previous fight nights. And I like being able to start out in this kind of scenario rather than anywhere else. So or from anything that we had in the other ones. So with about 40 seconds left in here, I mean, I think I'm just going to take it easy, wait for him to come to me, and then just lay the smackdown on him. I'm not doing it on the most difficult setting here, but at the same time, I'm not doing it on the easiest. I'm starting out in the middle here. If I start wailing on people a ridiculous amount, you never know. Maybe I will go ahead and turn up the difficulty here a little bit. All right, so it's winding down, and it's done. Obviously, with the score, it's kind of straightforward who's going to win. So Bobby O'Brien there and Spinks looking at each other. It's almost, I don't know why it was almost kind of tense here for me. I kind of knew who was going to win. But we'll get the decision from the referee here, who says it was Bobby O'Brien who got the win. Not too surprised by that one. So far, first fight was pretty good. Bobby O'Brien deserves to celebrate here. Strategy of the amateur tournament of just flinging the arms basically and getting punches definitely worked out. So not too bad. And looking at the scorecards here for the 3 rounds, it definitely looks like I improved as each round progressed. 79% of my hits landing is not bad at all. But then again, I'm going up against the easiest guy in the game. But there's going to be some more commentaries with Fight Night Round 4 coming, so please stay tuned, guys. I'll probably do a champion mode here next. But thanks for watching. Anything you want to see, let me know, guys.